What's up, guys? It's Gio, and welcome back to another PokeBattle Saturday, where every Saturday I hop on PokeBattle and I just mess around for about 30 minutes. I do some ladder and it's a lot of fun. So anyway, this week we are using a team that was actually originally made for Smogon. It's on the Smogon Rate My Team archive. It's a team called Crystallized. And I basically converted it to where it works with PokeBattle. So looking at the team, we have a Banded Azumarill right here with Aqua Jet, Waterfall, Play Rough, and Knockoff. And then we have a Life Orb Lando with Earth Power, Psychic, Focus Blast, and Stealth Rock. We also have ScarfTran, Modest ScarfTran with Overheat, Flash Cannon, Earth Power, and Stone Edge. Then we have Specs Keldeo completing the triangle of choice Pokemon with Hydro Pump, Scald, Secret Sword, and Icy Wind. Then this was originally a Mega Venusaur, but I changed it to a Roserade because Roserade actually hits about as hard. It really isn't as bulky. It's actually not very bulky at all, but it fits the same typing and it actually hits pretty hard with Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, Synthesis, and HP Fire. Then rounding out the team, we have a Mandibuzz with Taunt, Roost, Foul Play, and Defog. So this is a really bulky team. It prides itself on pretty much being able to wear down a lot of common switch-ins. And yeah, so hopefully we can find a match relatively soon and I don't have to pause the recording, but this team is actually a lot of fun. I'm really loving ScarfTran. I'm probably going to build a team around it soon, just because Modest ScarfTran actually outspeeds Timid Greninja by 1 point. So it hits a really good speed tier. It's not super great for a Scarfer, but it does hit. It's fast enough that it outspeeds all non-boosted stuff, and it can come in and revenge kill some stuff. Overheat hits like an absolute truck because I'm Modest, and my dog is running around in the background, and I hope you guys can't hear that. And it is taking forever to find a battle. Never mind, we got one. So looking at this guy's team, it's actually pretty cool. It's very UU-ish, comparing it to the Smogon standards. I'm assuming he's going to lead this thing, so I'm just going to go ahead and lead with my Azumarill right here, as he ends up leading with his Samurott, which is fun, because not a lot on his team appreciates a Play Rough, a Banded Play Rough from Azumarill, and I kind of just weaken my win condition right here, but Azumarill may not necessarily be my win condition. Now my dog is making some noise. He's like sneezing in the background and stuff. He ends up going into his Togekiss for seemingly no reason, and now my dog wants to be let outside. So you guys are going to listen to me walk over with my dog. There's probably going to be an echo right here because this is where the floor turns to tile. This is me opening the door. Go on, buddy. Go on outside. Alright. So I apologize about that pretty early interruption, but there wasn't a whole lot I could do about that. He was just going to sit there and kind of bark, and I didn't really want that. So I know I will get outsped by this thing, so I'm going to go into my Landorus, because it can take this thing on, as Togekiss ends up just going for Roost. I'm going to go ahead and get on my rocks right here, because I think he'll fear the Sludge Wave and end up switching, because he will be knocked out by Sludge Wave. If he goes for anything, like if he stays in, okay, yeah, he just goes out into this thing. For whatever reason, I'm going to go ahead and go out into my, I'm thinking Heatran here, but this thing's actually kind of problematic. I'm going to go out into my Heatran, as he ends up going for the Giga Drain. That does nothing. And I'm going to go straight away for an Overheat, just because that's kind of what Heatran does early game. It comes in, clicks Overheat, weakens stuff, and he sees that I go for the Overheat, so the jig is up, but he ends up forfeiting right there, so we're up to 1,093. But we actually don't really pursue a rating if this is the first episode of PokeBattle Saturdays you guys are watching, just because I wanted this to be kind of like a more casual series, and I think it works better that way, because we do push to rank 500, and where you have a battle against Dark Zephyr, I've faced him a couple of times, not necessarily this team. It is a Sticky Web team, so I gotta preserve my Defogger. I can Defog versus these things, and that's about it. He has 3. Actually, I'm specially defensive, so I can Defog versus Keldeo, but that's beside the point. I'm gonna go ahead and lead with my Heatran right here, just because. Oh, he ends up leading Keldeo. I thought he would lead Galvantula. Never mind. Okay, I'm gonna double straight away to Roserade, as this is actually sub Calm Mind Keldeo. So that's really reassuring, because now I can deal with it no matter what. I can break his subs with Giga Drain. He won't be able to do that much to me. And I don't see leftovers on this, so I'm assuming it's Scarfed. I'm going to go out into my Heatran. Hopefully he doesn't go for an Earth Power, predicting that, because it would really stink to lose Heatran this early, considering how much I've hyped it up. Actually, I'm paranoid about that. I'm going to go out on my Mandibuzz. He could be some, like, Specs Heatran or Resto Chesto Heatran. If he goes for Eruption right here, I'm going to be pretty disappointed, because that will nuke something on my team. He ends up just doubling out into Keldeo again. I'm going to go ahead and taunt him, just because he's going to set up a sub. Actually, no, he doesn't end up setting up a sub, but he ends up getting another Scald Burn, which is a little bit of a disappointment, but I can go out into my Roserade right here. So he ends up going out into Kyurem. Kyurem's a problem. I do not have a switch into this. I think I'm going to go into my Mandibuzz right here. So he ends up going for the Ice Beam, and I'm just going to go down to the Burn. So, I actually don't have a whole lot for Kyurem if he's Scarfed. But I don't think he's Scarfed. I'm going to go out into Keldeo, and I'm just going to click Secret Sword, because Specs Secret Sword actually does a lot of work versus this guy's team. His Galvantula will outrun me if that's what he wants to go into next, and I have lost my Defogger, which stinks, but I actually do a lot of damage due to a crit, which is cool. I think right here I'm just going to go out into my Roserade, because Roserade can... Okay, he's going to T-Wave. That's something that he can do, and I get Parried, which stinks. I think I just straight up lose, because I do not have a thing for Kyurem right here. He ends up going out into Heatran. I'm going to go for a Giga Drain as he ends up... Okay, he goes for the Eruption. He is Specs. Alright, so I'm just going to go for the Overheat right here just to get off damage on something. He ends up going into Keldeo, and I'm going to go into my Azumarill. I don't really understand why he's running Webs and Sub-Calm Mind. It just doesn't seem like it works very well. Hopefully he doesn't get a burn right here. He does not, and I'm able to knock out his Keldeo. So we are making a little bit of ground up, but he's just going to be able to take me out with the Earthquake, and I think this is where the match is going to go downhill, because I got to basically click Scald and hope for a burn. I do not get said burn, and that's a lot of damage on Keldeo. He goes out into Heatran for whatever reason and just sacks Heatran. Maybe he's Banded Mamoswine, but I'm just going to go and click Scald right here. That's a generally a good game plan. He ends up going for the Dragon Claw, which is fine. I'm just going to go out into ScarfTran, and I'm going to click Flash Cannon to... Wow, I lived! Okay, and I end up knocking out his Kyurem right there. So that's cool. Hopefully he's... Okay, he's Mega Chomp. I do not have HP Ice. I'm amazing. Okay. That stinks that I don't have HP Ice. Wow! Hold up. Never mind. I can't live. I don't have rocks. Maybe he just doesn't have Ice... Never mind. He has Ice Shard. So that was actually a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to get absolutely annihilated in that battle, because I don't really have a whole lot for Kyurem. But, you know, I was able to remedy that and actually play around it pretty well. So as you guys can see, this team is pretty fun to play with. I've faced this guy like twice today, so we've both used the same team. So I think I'm gonna lead with my Heatran here. So he ends up leading with Aegislash, which is fine. I'm just gonna go straight away for the Earth Power, as it is a safe play. If he wants to go into Shandy right here, he can. I actually don't know what set of Aegislash he is. He may be Leftovers. I just remember in the first battle I O-code his thing with Heatran, so I actually don't know what he wants to go for right here, but I'm going to go out into my Keldeo, because Keldeo can... Okay, he Wisps. I don't know why he'd Wisp, considering I have a Heatran out, but I'm just going to go and click Hydro Pump. If he wants to go out, yeah, I just need to wear down his Gourgeist. Wow, I can actually 2-hit KO Gourgeist, assuming I hit my second Hydro. Wow, okay, so that just shows the power of Specs Keldeo right there. Specs Keldeo actually beats his entire team, and I think it's going to be my win condition this match. He ends up going out into Dusknoir, but actually, the more that I look at it, wow, okay, so now my dog is barking. This is wonderful. This is a super professional episode of PokeBattle Saturdays, and I was kind of hoping my dog wouldn't be super annoying, but okay, he is, so there we go. Sorry about that, my dog is now back inside, and hopefully will come and chill and not be super annoying. This is one reason I kind of wish I had face cam so you could see my dog, because I have two dogs. They're both very, very cool. I'm currently setting up a blanket for one of them right now, so I apologize if you can hear me moving around. But now my dog has sat down and is being a good dog, so thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hello. Hello. Welcome to PokeBattle Saturdays, dog. Now my dog is like getting all up in my face. This is bad. Alright, I'm going to make a move, because that is something you guys like to see. I think right here I'm just going to go ahead and click Overheat, because I don't think he's going to want to go out into Shandy. He didn't last time, and I don't think he's going to want to this time. I guess it's just because, like last time I could have easily earth powered when I had Egg Slash and it would have hit both of them. So maybe he'll stay in and just sack this thing. And excuse the language from Caillou, please, dude. I'm trying to record. All right. But Overheat will nuke something on his team. He ends up going out to Shandy. That's fine. I don't really care. I'm just going to go out into my Manabuzz right here. And he ends up going for a Calm Mind. So he has Calm Mind Shandy. I'm just going to go ahead and click Foul Play. I'm just sacking something to get a Azumarill in safely because the Azumarill destroys my entire team. Or it destroys his entire team. He ends up going for a Sneak right here, which does nothing. I end up taking him out with a Foul Play. So it's all good. We'll see what he decides to go out into next. Mandibuzz kind of beats his entire team. Actually, I think he has Dazzling Gleam on Gengar. He ends up actually going out in a Bayonet, which I don't agree with. He ends up going for, okay, like, if you want to sack one, like, I'm ahead right now, so if you want to sack something, so be it. I'm just going to go ahead and go out into my Landorus. We'll see what he decides to go out into. No matter what, Lando is a safe play. Because I don't think he can knock me out with any one move unless he's HP Ice Gengar. If he's HP Ice Gengar, then that's actually kind of a problem. But then I have Banded Azu to beat Gengar, because he won't switch in Chandelure on Azumarill. And then I win with, yeah. So he just Sludge Waved me, and I'm just going to be able to take him out with an Earth Power. So that's a pretty good game. And hopefully we're going to be able to grab another one without things going on in the background. And Pikachu and Caillou are having a turf war right here. But that's a good game. So we're going to grab another match. We actually find one immediately. I was reading this guy's name and almost said Within. Rainfall Within. That's a pretty cool name, to be honest. He's using a lot of legendary power. Not that that's a bad thing. Like, I don't discourage the use of legends because they're legends. I think that's one of the stupidest things ever. But I'm going to go ahead and lead Lando right here as he ends up leading Terrakion. I'm going to go ahead and Earth Power just because I want damage on Terrakion. I can bring it down to its Sash. I will force it to go for an attack next turn if it does want to set up rocks. But personally, I don't think setting up rocks is that smart of a play because, okay, yeah, he ends up just going for Stone Edge, which is cool. And I don't want to switch Heatran in and just get annihilated by a close combat. But I think I'm going to go into Roserade right here as he ends up just going for rocks. I'm just going to click Giga Drain as he will more than likely just... Okay, he ends up taunting me, which is fine. As I end up getting rid of that Terrakion, taking a 5-6 lead. But a lot of damage has been done to Lando, which actually kind of stinks because Lando helps me deal with non-Scarfrachi. Because I don't actually think he's Scarfrachi. He ends up going out into Heatran because I actually can't really touch him with this set. He's immune to 2 of my attacks and 4 times resists my other stab. So I'm actually going to go out into Keldeo right here as he ends up going for the sub. So he is SubTran, which is kind of annoying. But, you know, it's whatever. What are you going to do? He's Subtoxic. So if he's just running a ton of Subtoxicers, I'm going to be pretty annoyed because Jirachi has been running a Subtoxic set as of late, which is extremely obnoxious because you can set up a Sub, Toxic, and then flinch people to death, and it helps a lot to wear down a lot of stuff that otherwise would be able to deal with Jirachi. Specifically stuff like Azumarill, which should be able to take it on pretty well with because Rachi doesn't really run a whole lot of attack investment when dealing with Azumarill. But anyway, I think right here I'm going to go out into Mandibuzz, predicting the Psychic type attack as he ends up going for the sub. This is bad. This is all types of terrible. I'm going to go for a Foul Play, just break his sub. Hopefully he doesn't hit me up with a super... Oh, what? Okay, I dodged the Focus Blast. I'm going to go for a Defog because I want these rocks off my field. Off my side of the field. They will help me switch in stuff a lot easier as he ends up going out into Jirachi. I'm going to click Foul Play, though. It's going to hit you super effectively as you end up going for a Body Slam. I'm going to be able to 2-hit KO your Jirachi. So if your paralysis is really worth it, then go for it. As he ends up paralyzing me, and he actually lives on 1 which stinks. But he's not going to be able to flinch me. I break through. Mandibuzz is clutch, and I'm going to be able to take him out with that foul play right there. So we will actually see what he decides to go into here. If he goes out in a Zam, I don't know what I want to do because I don't. Okay, he ends up going out in a Lando, which is cool. I'm just going to go for the foul play as he ends up going for the Stone Edge. I do 74% to that, which is really cool. He's going to be able to knock me out with this next Stone Edge, which is fine. Because I know he is Scarf now, and I can go into... I'm going to go into Keldeo, and I'm going to go ahead and click Scald because... ban Scald? No. No, just kidding. Because Scald actually... Like, just by clicking Scald, I can do a lot of work. If he decides to go into Keldeo, Keldeo doesn't really want to get burned because Keldeo is one way that he can win this game. But I think I have this game about wrapped up because Lando goes down to Aqua Jet, Zam goes down to Aqua Jet, Keldeo gets walled by Roserade pretty well, unless it's, like, HP Flying, which would stink. I end up dodging the Stone Edge, which is a little bit unfortunate. I'm not sure how much it mattered, though. So... he ends up going out into his own Keldeo. I'm just going to go ahead and click Scald, hopefully not choke, as he ends up going for the Calm Mind. And, ooh, this is bad. I don't like this. I'm just going to go ahead and click Scald again. We'll see what he goes for. He ends up subbing. This is terrible. I'm just going to keep clicking Scald. I don't want him to leave the field. I don't want to leave the field when he has a sub. And I think at this point, I'm just going to Scald, hope for a crit and or burn. If I get a crit, I will laugh. I do 18% as yes, I get the burn. So that actually helps a lot because that limits the damage he's going to be able to do. I'm going to go into Roserade right here, and I'm going to go straight away for the Giga Drain to knock this Keldeo out. Secret Sword actually does 70% at +2. Showing that Roserade can eat up all the hits, and his last option is going to be go into his Alakazam. Trace's Natural Cure doesn't matter because he can't switch out, and I'm going to go straight away for the Sludge Bomb. He ends up Psy-Shocking me, but that's fine. I'm going to go into Scarf Heatran because Scarf Heatran is indeed the man of the hour. He still outspeeds me, which is cool. Did I just choke away the game? I'm going to click Aqua Jet. I almost lost. Okay. I didn't realize I wasn't going to be able to kill him from that range with Banded Aqua Jet. But we are almost back up to 1,100. And the reason that my PokeBattle rating is so low, I meant to talk about this, but I haven't already. The reason my rating is so low is because school has taken a lot of time from me. And I may have an update video up on Sunday. I don't know. Not that the Let's Play is over, but just because I feel like I need to update you guys on a lot of stuff, so look out for that tomorrow, maybe. But school has taken a lot of time away from me. I haven't really been able to come and ladder on PokeBattle as much as I would like to. I'm kind of just waiting for Season 2 to start, because Season 2 will kind of shake things up. But anyway, looking at this guy's team, it's a very Volt-turning team. Has a triple Regenerator core, which is just obnoxious. But I think turn 1, I'm just going to go ahead and lead Lando, because I need Rocks up, and unless this pack's like HP Ice, I think I'm okay. He ends up going for the knockoff, getting rid of my Life Orb, which does stink a little bit, but I can go straight away for the Psychic, as he misses an Air Slash, and that is a Soul Vest. That does more damage than that usually. And now that I know he's going for Air Slash, I think I'm just going to go out into Mandibuzz, because Mandibuzz will eat up any hit this thing wants to go for. And at this point, I'm just going to double out in Lando, predicting the U-turn, because I don't want his Skarmory. Wow, he just knocks off again. Okay. Basically, I don't want his Skarmory getting in for free. Because I don't want it defogging. It stinks that I'm going to... Wow. Okay, so he U-turns right here, expecting that to kill, but it does not, because I am a Landorus. And he goes into Skarmory. Skarmory is going to get knocked out by this Focus Blast, assuming I hit it. If I hit it, I'm going to be really happy, because then Rocks are here to stay, and it's going to help to get some chip damage. Wow, I don't even knock him out. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to get Rocks up right here. Hopefully he Brave Birds, because then I can go into Scarf Heatran and force him out, as he ends up going back out into Tornadus. So I'm just going to go for a Psychic right here. But now Skarmory is on kind of a low enough percent that I can deal with it relatively easily. I'm just going to click Waterfall right here, as he ends up going for a U-turn. If he goes into Skarmory, I'm going to laugh. He ends up going into Slowbro, which is fine. I probably should have gone for the knockoff, but I didn't. I'm going to go into Roserade right here. I know it's risky, considering he could just as easily go for the Psyshock. He ends up going for the Scald, though, And I'm going to go ahead and go for the Giga Drain because I will be able to knock this Slowbro out, but he ends up going out into his Amoonguss right here. I don't really understand why he's going out into his Amoonguss. Like, what is he really going to do to me? He could go for the HP Fire, but, okay, I am a Grass type. He can't actually touch me. He's just going to clear Smog. He's going to remove my stat changes. But I'm just going to keep clicking HP Fire. I'm getting health back, and he ends up going into Scarm, sacking Scarm for whatever reason. Like, you went through a lot of work to keep the thing alive, and yet you're just going to sack it straight up. I don't really understand that play. He ends up going into Big Bird, though, and I'm going to go into Heatran right here, as he ends up going for... He gets rid of my Scarf. Dang it. I actually needed that Scarf, because it allows me to beat Misanthrope a little bit easier, but he's probably just going to go into Slowbro right here, as I end up going for the Stone Edge. I do not a lot of damage, and I'm going to go into Mandibuzz right here, because I feel like he's going to go for the Psyshock this time, because he wants to, okay, he ends up going for the Yawn. I feel like I know this set now, because there was a set like this on the analysis. Yeah, he just ends up going for Skull. Okay, never mind. I'm just going to go for the Sludge Bomb, actually, because I think he's going to switch. I don't actually think he's going to stay in. He ends up going out into Big Bird. As, please, no, dang it. I was hoping that would poison, but it's a little unfortunate that I didn't poison. But, you know, stuff like that happens. I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Overheat right here to get damage on whatever comes in. If he brings out a Moongus, I'm going to laugh, but he just ends up bringing out Slowbro, which is fine. Because I actually do 38% with that. That wasn't even a crit. But at this point, I'm just going to go back out into my Roserade and click Sludge Bomb as he ends up going for Scald. It doesn't matter if he gets a burn on me, per se, because I can just switch out because I have Natural Cure. And please, okay, he ends up, don't poison. Okay, now you poison. I see how it is. I see how it is. I'm actually going to go out into, oh god, I got to sack some right here, don't I? Yeah, Mandibuzz, you can go. He ends up going for an Ice Punch. That does a lot of damage. I'm going to Foul Play. Hopefully he doesn't Drain Punch. Okay, okay, I can take him out with another Foul Play. This is actually really cool. I was able to work around that pretty well, and Roserade is actually putting in a lot of work this session, along with ScarfTran. We'll see. Okay, he ends up going out into Misanthrope right here, which is fine. I'm just going to click Foul Play, because, frankly, Mandibuzz has put in the work that it's needed, that it needed to this match, so don't really need a whole lot out of this, but I think I lose outright to Misanthrope. I'm just going to go ahead and click Overheat, as he ends up clicking Volt Switch, as I lose to Misanthrope straight up because I lost the Scarf on Heatran, and I need the Scarf to beat it. So I'm going to go out into my Roserade right here, and I'm just going to, wow, okay, so he revealed the Psyshock after like 9 times. I'm going to go ahead and click Knockoff right here, because I am Choice Banded, and I don't care what your switch in is. It is getting hurt a lot. I suppose I could beat him with, if I get an Aqua Jet or something. Versus, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and click Aqua Jet. Because I'm banded, I should be able to knock out Torn, which I do. We'll see what he goes out into next. But I think I still lose to Amoonguss. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and Keldeo right here. So he ends up going for the Spore, which is a little bit unfortunate. I could try to wake up. I'm just going to go ahead and click Icy Wind. Please, come on. Wake up, Keldeo. Wake up, Keldeo. Wake up! No, I do not wake up. So that's a good game, Tree Butt. It's a little unfortunate that I had to have my Choice Scarf on Heatran knocked off. But, you know, you can't always have everything. I'm going to lose some games. Maybe I wake up this turn and get a crit. No, never mind. Alright, so that's a good game. We are 1,087. He's actually pretty high up on the ladder with that team, so good job on him. We're going to grab one more match before we finish it off. Hopefully we can close out the episode with a win, because this team actually is really fun to play. Hopefully it doesn't get changed too much by the PokeBattle raises and/or drops. I know Pikachu 173 saw me using Roserade and nominated it to be raised by 15 points. So shout out to Pikachu for wanting this team to not be legal anymore. But I don't think a lot of stuff on here will be raised, because Lando I feel like is at a pretty good amount. But so I'm facing Jake right here. He has a pretty cool team of cool Firewater Grass Core. He's really weak to knock off, so Preserve a Azumarill is probably the best thing. Preserving a Azumarill is probably the best thing that I can do. I'm going to go ahead and lead Victini. Not Victini. I'm going to lead Roserade as he leads with his PZ right here. I'm going to go ahead and Sludge Bomb as he tri-attacks. Doesn't take me out. And does a lot of damage. I'm going to go ahead and Mandibuzz, though. Because I think he's Specs. Oh my god, that's Specs. Holy crap, I lost. PZ is destroying my team. I'm going to go into Azumarill and I'm going to click Aqua Jet as he ends up just sacking PZ. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. He ends up going into Breloom, and I'm going to go ahead and switch that into my Roserade, because Roserade can actually take this thing on pretty well if it was at full health, but he ends up knocking me out with a Bullet Seed. So I think I'm just going to go into Lando. Is that what I'm going to do? Oh, man. I'm trying to figure out what I should go into. I think I'm going to go into Lando, because I was debating who to go into to take on. Oh my god, that does a lot of damage. Come on, Lando, you got this. Okay, never mind. So I was debating there what I needed more to take on his Pixies, and I decided I needed Heatran more because Lando can't actually beat Celebi, which is a little bit disappointing, but so I'm just going to go ahead and click Aqua Jet right here versus this Breloom, because Breloom isn't really... Never mind. Completely disregard what I was going to say. If he Earth Powers, I lose. If he goes for Earth Power, I lose. But I think he's going to want to switch out here, so I'm going to go for the Earth Power to take on whatever he goes out into. He ends up going out into Starmie, which doesn't actually take a lot of damage from that. Hopefully he's Choice Locked Starmie. Okay, I got destroyed. I'm going to go back out into Heatran right here, because I do outspeed this thing. And I can go for the Earth Power, and hopefully he can't switch moves. Never mind, he can switch moves, and he hit his Hydro, so that is a good game. I got annihilated in that last game. So, if you guys did enjoy today's episode of PokeBattle Saturdays and are ready for a super hype weekend, please make sure to leave a like, because it really does help show support for the stuff that I'm doing here on the channel. Also, make sure to enter today's comment question of the video, which is, are you guys planning to play PokeBattle for Season 2? Because, personally, I am. I don't know if I'll record a lot of it, but I'm planning to. Hopefully he's like Min Speed Celebi. Or no investment Celebi. He ends up Swords Dancing, because whatever. But I lose to Luke no matter what, because... Oh, wow, he ends up going into this thing first. Okay. So, actually, Azumarill made that look a lot better than it should have. But anyway. So, make sure to leave a like. No, I already said all that stuff. Make sure to subscribe if you guys are enjoying the constant content. And with that, I'll catch you on the flip-flop.